check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Sanders?
Well, he's one of the premier defenders in the game, Kevin. Really embraces that challenge to guard the top-tier scorers and make life difficult for them.
And something else I think of with him is that three-point shot from the corner. I mean, that's his shot. And we've certainly seen him drain a bunch of them.
It's the Hawks in Atlanta. Trading blows in that one. They did win by 3.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
The shot's good from Reynolds.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
Kevin, their perimeter shooting game is what he thinks will make the difference in this one. He didn't want to take anything away from the defenders they're up against, but he did say he'd be surprised if his team doesn't shoot a high percentage from outside. We'll see, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
I definitely can appreciate their approach with the 3-ball.
They got right to the rim, but got hammered once he got there by the defense.
That was a nice job taking it strong and forcing his way to the line. Well done.
Good on both.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. No good. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against New Orleans.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon. You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Ball's knocked loose. Number 12. And again, it's the Heat missing.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Sanders' shot is good.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space. These guys know each other well, clearly, because that was a beautiful pass.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Pass to Drake, beyond the arc, and again, Miami with the triple.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month.
And the rebounding has been key because they've been boarding the ball at a very high level, playing with a ton of energy.
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
And that one's good.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
He feeds it to Sanders. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, the D was way too soft right there, like Jell-O. You got to do better than that.
Clark, he's not the kind of guy you want to get in the way of.
No, exactly. He's a hard man to stop coming down the lane, but you've got to have good position before the play starts.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
So it's the Hornets now. The shot's good from Wagner.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Hornets leading by 3. Passes it to Dillon. Number 17. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Hornets.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for him. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Reynolds passes to Drake. Number 5 misses the 3.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the 3 as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done. What? Man.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Here's Sanders, and he goes in for the dunk.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Now, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Reynolds. The shot is off. And the Hornets now going the other way.
And across the board in that game, they just shot the lights out. They had a fantastic offensive night.
Yeah, rarely do you see a team get that hot. In total, I mean, everybody was knocking them down. They were spraying it from everywhere.
The shot's good from Drake.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like. In a tough league like the NBA, here's where Miami sits right now in the league ranking. 4th in steals, 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good, not too bad.
The key really to me out of all those numbers, Clark, is the steals, because that's become their identity defensively. They're a real ball-hawking team. They like to get out and put pressure on the offense, force mistakes, and when they do that, they're tough to stop in transition.
The Hornets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. So he gets them both. The Heat trail by 5. Number 12. Now the pass to Reynolds. Releases. The second chance effort. Blocked. But he gets it back. Number 5. Defended by Wagner. Good ball movement here by Miami. Number 55. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the night.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Sanders passes to Dillon. Dishes it to Sanders. Pass to Dillon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 48. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. They're sitting pretty, second place, and looking to take the top spot. And, of course, the Miami Heat, 7.5 games behind.
Well, you know, looking at Miami, their season hasn't been great, and it hasn't been terrible. It's been fairly pedestrian. A few times it's looked like they're about to turn the corner, but they just haven't been able to sustain that winning momentum.
And I'm not quite sure why that is, because I think they've got the talent to be among the league leaders, but it looks to me like it's not going to happen for them this year.
Number 5, defended by Wagner. Pass to Drake. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Wagner passes to Sanders. Number 48. There's the pass to Drake. Wide open look. That drops. He has 7. And the Hornets call time here. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Charlotte in the lead. Smith outside. He dishes it to Warren. Smith outside. Tries from the block. Here's Giles. Rejected by Cantor. Right side dishes the wall. Hands it from downtown. And the Hornets lead by 4.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Here's Ariza. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The drive by Smith, and it's good.
He is so creative, Kevin. That's what I love about watching him. As good as anybody in the league at breaking down a defender one-on-one.
And Steve, he knows how to get himself on the highlight reel with some of those dunks, but it's not just for show with him. It's an injection of energy for his team and for the crowd.
Ariza kicks to Cantor. Harris passes to Johnson. Ariza. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Wall. Can't hit. And Miami the other way now. Harris kicks to Johnson. Drops in the layup for two. And now just a 2-point Hornets lead.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Here's Giles. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Here's Johnson. Knocked loose. Ariza outside. For the three. And again, Miami with the triple.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Wall dishes to Warren. Johnson attacking.
Man, that was unreal. Mark it up.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam. Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
Cantor kicks to Ariza. And the three off target. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Smith penetrating. Rejected by Ariza. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Number 13. No good. Wall with some nice defense. Here's Smith. 5 points in the game. Wall's shot is off. Here's Harris. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even a bolt.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're knocking down that mid-range jump shot, too. So they're really doing a nice job offensively.
So on the floor for Charlotte. to start this second quarter. We've got Wall. Also Chris Paul out there. And it's Ingram in at the 3. Miami's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And it's Harris off the drive. Ariza with another miss.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Wall passes to Whiteside. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Hornets lead by 2. Miami with the ball. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That will complete this 4-game homestand.
Well, you know the fans out in Brooklyn desperately hoping for their team to win that one.
Here's Waiters. Good.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Paul goes in. Here's Ingram. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, but that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you said it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
Waiters dishes to Cantor. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Wall's shot is off.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Harris kicks to Cantor. Back to Harris. Rejected by Ingram. They retain possession. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. In 4th, the Heat.
Yeah, you can't make a lazy pass against this club. I mean, they'll turn it into a steal nearly every single time.
They get a hand on it. Just 4 to shoot. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
Pass to Reynolds. Number 5. They get it again. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the Hornets making a change here.
Oh, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
He kicks it to Waiters. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Right here, over these last 10 games on the Heat schedule, this is how they stack up in the league stats. 4th in steals, 8th in assists, and they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
The key really to me out of all those numbers, Clark, is the steals because that's become their identity defensively. They're a real ball hawking team. They like to get out and put pressure on the offense force mistakes, and when they do that, they're tough to stop in transition.
And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. The Hornets have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. When you look at the numbers, impressive.
He hits both from the stripe.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
Here's Wagner. Oh,
Look out! Wow!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
The feed to Sanders. Passes to Wagner. Picked him clean. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And he finished it off with the lane. And now it's just a 4-point Hornets lead. Here's Sanders. And that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
From the wing, the putback.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Hornets leading by 5. He passes it to Wagner. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Carving out some space and eating a little glass at the offensive end while he's doing it.
You got it with a ferocious follow.
Yeah, but just another day at the office for him. That's what he does.
Number 55. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
The Hornets shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. The pass to Wagner. A stupendous finish in traffic. He has 6.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Pass to Reynolds. Stolen. And they're running. Goes up. Here's Sanders. Great D that time from Reynolds. The Heat trail by 7. Here's Drake. That one a little long. Here's the Hornets with the ball. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Sanders.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Got a piece of it. Number 55. The offensive rebound. Number 12. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Sanders.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Well, the big thing with him is that corner 3-point shot. That's his spot. He loves drifting to that area. And so defensively, you've got to keep an eye on him. But what that does is it limits the amount of help you can give when he's on the floor.
And, you know, this is the other thing about it. He's very sophisticated as a one-on-one defender. No matter who he's matched up with, he consistently takes away their number 1 strength.
Passes it to Reynolds. From past the arc, here's Drake. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, he's got 13.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the 2nd.
It's rebounded by Drake.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
They push it up 4-on-3. Here's Wagner. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Hornets lead by 8.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Number 55. And he jams it with authority.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
No good from Wagner.
Once he had to change the shot because of the hand in his face, you knew he wasn't going to make it.
Fast break, here they come. Deflects the pass. For the finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The Heat trail by 6. Here's the break. All alone.
Oh, hammer time.
Wow.
Hammer time. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Puts it up. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Drake. Sinks that one from the post. 17 points in the game.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
The pass to Dillon. Kicks to Sanders. Latrey. The shot misses. And Miami the other way now.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
Can't cash in from close range.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Reynolds. Sanders covering. No good from Drake. Hornets leading by 6.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
To the inside. Number 48. Sanders. "24 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Number 5. Pass to Reynolds. Hands the shot with nobody near him. He's got 5.
If they're going to take tough outside shots, I mean, they're better off just firing from the three-point line.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, if you're going to be back there near the three-point line, you might as well take the 3. Just step back and knock it down.
That's good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Showing some strength in the paint. Tough rebound.
And so we conclude the first half. Hornet.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Boxing Day, and we've got some bargains for you. Out at the Palace of Auburn Hills, it's the Pistons in front against Cleveland.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A magnificent view of glowing high-rises in downtown Miami as we welcome you back.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Sanders. He has 18 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Number 55 buries the jump shot. Hornets leading by 4. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Hornets.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Poked away and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Here's an opportunity for us now to focus on some small forwards who play anything but small. The leading shot blockers at the 3 spot. Charlotte's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Passes it to Wagner. Dillon, defended by Drake. There's the bucket, good. And now it's a 9-point Hornets lead. And Miami shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you know, you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Kevin, let's check out how Miami stacked up in the league stats over the last month. 5th in steals, 6th in blocks, and they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
The key really to me out of all those numbers, Clark, is the steals, because that's become their identity defensively. They're a real ball-hawking team. They like to get out, put pressure on the offense, force mistakes, and when they do that, they're tough to stop in transition. Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. 12 points for him. Here's Wagner. And the pass to Dillon. Moves back up. And he lays it up and in. And the Hornets lead by 13.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is time to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected in playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Sanders passes to Wagner. Here's Dillon. And that one's on target from the wing. 10 points for him.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
Here's Drake, and that one's good. 19 points in the game.
And his stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Here's Sanders. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. That's tipped. And here comes the break. On up the court. Pass to Drake. Number 5. It's good on the putback.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, now that's getting the job done on the boards.
Passes it to Drake. The 3. Offensive rebound. Number 55. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. 14 points for him.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
Hornets leading by 11. Leaps for it and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And a moment to check out Miami and who they've got coming up. Their next game playing at home is the Nets coming to town. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Detroit game plays out for sure.
John Wall's checked in for Charlotte. Number 5, covered by Wall. The dish to Cantor. Backs in. A jump hook. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
The Heat trail by 11. Poke loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Pass to Sanders. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Sanders has got 22 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers. Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their three-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
Number 5. Can't get it to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. The 17-footer. Second chance shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they send a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
Charlotte making a switch here. Both free throws good from Dillon.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
The shot's good from Drake.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
Stolen by Waiters. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Tipped away. Tries from 16. That's good. He's got 15. Hornets leading by 11. And there's the pass for Dillon. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Number 13, Sanders covering. Feeds it to Waiters. Again, the Heat good for 2. Charlotte's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Wall dishes to Whiteside. And Wall kicks to Whiteside. And that one's good. And the Hornets lead by 13. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Number 5, covered by Smith. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And the Hornets making a change here. Pass to Reynolds. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. It's stolen by Smith. And here's the break. Number 48. Shot is no good. And the Heat going the other way now. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. A quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. You look at Cantor, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
You know, it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yeah, every sentence needs a period. It's one thing to get the shot off, but you need to finish. You need to take care of business in there. Most of their chances are easy ones.
Now, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
And perhaps the best thing about him, Steve, is the way he takes charge down the stretch of close games. The higher the stakes, the better he plays.
Back to Smith. Lets it go with a 3. Can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 10. Here's Reynolds. Number 32. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Chris Paul, he's checked in for John Wall. Hornets leading by 7. He feeds it to Warren. gives him the lead pass.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Paul with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Number 48. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Sanders checked in for Charlotte. 1:31 left in the third quarter.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
And it's Paul penetrating. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 23 points in the game.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Number 48, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
Gets it to go. He's got 17.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here's Paul. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Hornets lead by 15.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Number 32. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Sanders. Misses from short range.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the Hornets making a change here. So it's Miami now. It's a 13-point game. Knocked away. Here's Paul. Number 5. Using his post move to get the 2 points. He's got 19. Paul, right side. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Charlotte up by 11. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Hornets leading by 11. Down low. Pass to Dillon. Lots of room. The shot misses. And it's Miami the other way. And for the Hornets, we've got Sanders. And it's Smith in at the point. Ingram defended by Reynolds. No good from Ingram.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
And the shot is good from Reynolds.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Gets it to go. And the Hornets lead by 11.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Number 5, covered by Smith. Number 5. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
Here's Dillon inside. Number 48. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And the Hornets making a change here. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Back to Smith. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. The Heat trail by 13. Timeout called, the Heat.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And Smith slams it home.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have to build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
2 on none. No one back to stop this. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Knocked loose. Fast break, here we go. Jumps up, rejected by Harris. Reynolds, covered by Smith. Sanders in the post. Excellent D that time from Reynolds.
You know, normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Cantor. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
To the paint. Makes it off the glass. The Heat trail by 15. Number 5, covered by Smith. Pulls up on the wing. The shot's good from Reynolds. Hornets have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Number 17 sinks the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 16.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Number 5, covered by Smith. He was all alone on that one. 22 points for him.
How about that for a response?
We will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
And it's the Hornets another 3.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Lets it go. Can't get it to go. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Sanders with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Number 17. Miami grabs the miss. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. And the Hornets making a change here. The pass to Reynolds. Leads him in there. Number 55. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Here's Wagner, and it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Drake. Cannot hit. Hornets leading by 14. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Number 5. And he finishes the break with the lay-in. He's got 24.
You know, as soon as that steal was made, it was over. That was going to be a bucket the whole way.
That's exactly.
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
He passes to Reynolds. Drake. Sanders covering. No good from Drake. Charlotte's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. In transition, here comes Miami. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Number 48. Right through the knee for the layup. He has 31.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Here's Reynolds. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
The Heat trail by 13. Pass to Drake, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Now, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And the Heat making a change here. And here are the Heat now. The finger roll finish at the bucket. He's got 21.
But the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Charlotte leading by 11. Sanders passes for Dillon. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. For 3, Sanders' shot is good. Sanders has got 25 points in the game.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down from outside.
And I love that gunslinger's mentality, Steve. Playing to win as opposed to playing it safe. I call it prevent offense when you try to protect the lead. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly.
The Heat trail by 14. Number 12. And it's blocked by Dillon. From downtown, the shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. .149 left here in the fourth quarter. Miami no good on that time either.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Lets the 3 fly. Passes it to Wagner. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Number 5. And he gets it to go from the corner. 26 points for him. Charlotte leading by 14. Number 55. Misses off the left iron.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Now here's Sanders, defended by Drake. Number 48. But they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Miami shooting very well right now, 52% in this fourth quarter. The pass to Drake. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And here's Sanders to the middle, number 48. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. From midcourt, offline. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business.